What's up, guys? Just gonna check in and do a reading for the General Creative Collective Unconscious. Feel free to apply this to you if it resonates. Feel free to reach out for a one-on-one. Like, share, follow, subscribe, comment. Check out the Patreon. It's only $3 a month to subscribe to get exclusive access to the Part 2 Love and Money readings for all signs. You can watch all the signs and get gems and tidbits and abundance notes from those readings, both in the love and the money department. If I didn't say so already, check out the TikTok and the Instagram. Running on Tarot across all social media platforms. Website link should be below with the Patreon link and the website link with all my links to social media, all the contact info. Feel free to DM me if you're interested in one-on-one, or text me or email me. I have all my contact info up there. Feel free to share with friends, family, peers, loved ones, people that you think might be interested in a reading or just the entertainment value of the content. What else? Let's play some tarot. Let's have some fun. Spirit of gratitude, joy, love, and light. Highest possible messages at this time for the collective creative unconscious. The Sun card is out here at the bottom of the deck, popping off. Top of the morning. That's a Kendrick Lamar song, by the way, if you're not with the shits. Sun card in the upright, like, this is really kind of, I honestly do feel like it's a reflection of how I woke up this morning. I was very motivated for mantra work and affirmation work. And I'm finding that, I used to live with my girlfriend at the time, and, you kind of like get caught up in this trap of like this old, you're surrounded by people with old world thinking and mentality. And if you want to define it as that, but it could just be in general, when living with somebody, you can't be your weird, quirky, expressive self. And one of those quirks for me that I'm finding personally that maybe you could relate is mantra work, where you want to say things out loud and repeat them to yourself. I once heard somebody say that there's the power of 18. When you repeat something to yourself 18 times, then it really kind of clicks in your mind. So I was literally walking around the apartment this morning, again, because I currently live with myself and I'm loving every bit of it. Saying whatever affirmation, that I wanted to say, like, I'm happy, whole, complete, healthy, wealthy, and abundant. I'm happy, whole, complete, healthy, wealthy, and abundant. And I just kind of kept on putting that out there. And I really do think that there's power to that with the frequency and kind of really amping yourself up. If you're fortunate enough to be kind of wired or conditioned in that way, or kind of see that light, then please, by all means, dwell in that. And I think that that's the same light that's featuring here in the Sun card, where you're kind of feeling this energy of, yes, Black Friday, the holiday, Cyber Monday, potential and possibility, and things are opening up, energies are shifting. And I think the collective unconscious is really picking up on that we made it despite everything that's been thrown our way. We've stuck with our spirit guides. We've stuck with all of the challenges, and we've used them as stepping stones. And I really do think that, just like on a frequency level, you really can't be fucked with. And if you are feeling like you're being fucked with, just know that you can't be fucked with, inside and out, okay? And I think the Sun is a great kind of example of that. The best is already here and the best is yet to come. It's both this kind of quantum paradoxical, because how you want to kind of make your life. You know how you want to tailor-make your life. And, it comes in the form of these kind of, even these nuances or these quirks of like mantra work and affirmation, prayer, meditation on your timeline. And if you don't feel like you have that agency or that freedom of expression, then by all means, carve out that time. Because literally, when you put on the cap of mom or dad or worker or husband or wife or boyfriend, girlfriend, those are actually limiting roles. And you kind of cease to create within those confines if you're not aware enough to carve out some structure for this kind of genuine expression of your energy. So I think it's very valid, and I think it's very valuable at this time, the Sun card in the upright. A lot of energies of like Pluto's return, February 22nd, astrologically speaking. Venus in Capricorn, retrograde until March 3rd. Jupiter moving into Pisces after the 28th of December. So there's some huge things to come. Jupiter, the planet of luck, abundance, expansion, going into the kind of dreamy, underworld, watery sign of fantasies and illusions with Pisces. Now, I kind of interpret that as a huge window to be in tandem with Uranus and Taurus, the planet of shock and awe, and Taurus is how you generate income, wealth, money, day-to-day materials, resources, values, finances, all that stuff. Now, Venus being retrograde in Capricorn is really going to kind of like put your nose to the grindstone and test the durability. Hence, if you're on the right side of the equation, as far as manifesting a fruitful, healthy fantasy, a healthy dream, a healthy paradisal, paradisial, however you say that word, heaven around you. Again, that's going to be a frequency. That's going to be a tuning fork. That's going to be a radio station to tune into. So if you're actively manifesting heaven on earth via your outlook, your outlook is an expression of your subconscious and unconscious conditioning. So when you wake up in the morning and you tell yourself your mantras and you're creating that, you're channeling that, you're resonating with that. And of course, unfortunately, I can imagine that most people don't have the freedom and the benefit to do that, but that's how you literally kind of carve out and manifest that freedom around you, is to understand that the more kind of external input that you have is the less space for you to be vibing on this huge frequency. It could even come as a result of having to let go to listening to your favorite tarot card reader, because you're just realizing, holy shit, I'm even on a higher frequency than this person. Or your favorite, I love comedy podcasts, and when you peep kind of these negative expressions that you don't vibe with, then you start to begin to create and channel your own reality. That does kind of make me imagine the whole kind of metaverse matrix, dystopia, or utopia, for that matter, because some people could say, oh, there's conspiracy theories that, people are forcing social isolation on us so that we all go into the metaverse, so that we're all batteries for robots and shit. Well, then you would have to naturally balance that by giving value to your social connections. Me, personally, I tend to be somewhat of a lone wolf hermit. Not meaning that I feel alone, but that I just don't naturally have those connections in my life. I've kind of been guiding myself more so towards this kind of solo coordinate, for lack of a better word. But I think with that is the grain of salt of finding that if you're not finding people that are vibing on your frequency, or that they're not an asset in your life, then naturally you're going to want to kind of remove your energy from them. And I think, Venus in Capricorn, Venus having to do with relationships as well, is really kind of showing us the durability of certain relationships based on the frequencies that we're vibing on. And so, if people are falling out of your life frequentially, then, that's just, again, more room and more data and more space for you to, it's like a computer processor. It's like you have that data, the space, the memory to be able to have certain things in your life. So again, frequentially, to create that word, it's the same with people and things and occupations in your life. If you find that you're alone, or you have all this space in the world, or maybe there's like a low tide in your life financially, it's typically because you have so much space for something greater to come into you. Okay, and so what you want to do while you have that space is to fantasize and dream big and ready tap into that Jupiter and Pisces energy, where you're really kind of expansively thinking about your kind of visions and your fantasies. I was watching a TikTok yesterday, and this lady was practicing a manifestation technique that I want to share with you. It's thinking about what you would do with $1,000, then $2,000, then $3,000. And the caveat is you can't spend it on bills or debt or whatever, but you feel free to, use it how you want. It's your imagination. So, I would pay off my student loans debt. I would pay off my credit card. I would buy a mansion. I would buy the car that I want. I would start, a philanthropy organization. I would pay off my family's bills, my mom's house. I would retire them early. I would, it's really going to kind of act as a mirror for either your high vibrational desires or your kind of low vibrational fetishes, to be honest. But I think something interesting as I'm talking out loud is the kind of want or the desire station or channel that sometimes we fall into. You don't want to be stuck in this kind of station or channel of want and desire, because again, you're still operating, from planet 1.0, Earth 1.0 traditional thinking. All the manifestation masters, for lack of a better word, say you want to act as if you already have it. You already want to tune into the, all my college loan debt is paid, all my credit card debt is paid, I'm ready in the mansion of my dreams. I already have the relationships, friends, family, and significant others that I could have ever wanted and, desired. And when you kind of are dwelling in that happiness, that whole and complete, because it's one thing to have a mantra and you're speaking to the, mental wiring and programming, but you also kind of want to step in to each of those sentences or each of those concepts. For instance, like, I'm whole. What does it feel like to be whole? What does it feel like to be abundant? And you really want to kind of expand your consciousness. And I think that kind of little TikTok affirmation manifestation practice even opened up my eyes. I was practicing it yesterday. The way that she was specifically using the technique, I was saying 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, just adding one each and every day. You're supposed to do it like each and every day. I think she said she started in the month of December 1st last year, and it worked for her. But she was doubling it. So she would go 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 8,000, 16,000, and then, in perpetuity. So at one point, I think I was at like 16 million or something crazy like that. And I was like, damn, what would I do with 16 million? And then you started to kind of think about outside of yourself, and you started to think about all your kind of crazy, wildest dreams creatively that, maybe we don't feel like we have the time to work on. Whereas now, you're realizing that, I don't need $16 million to make an album, to cut a rap record or make an acoustic guitar album. I could chip away at that now. So it's interesting to play with your consciousness and your awareness as well. Because I think a lot of the constraints and limitations of, self-identifying with, I have X amount in college debt. Well, that's like a consciousness too. So, I think that there's huge value in telling yourself, I'm free from debt, I'm abundant, I'm the millionaire now, so to speak. I also came across something that was interesting, again, on TikTok, I think it was, someone said, here's a scenario where I give you $10 million, but the only caveat is that if I give you $10 million, you can't wake up in the morning tomorrow. You're dead, it's over. Would you take the $10 million or not? And then the person obviously said, no, I wouldn't take it, it's not worth it. And so the guy said, well, so you're telling me that waking up tomorrow is worth more than $10 million. And he's like, and the guy that he was talking to was like, damn, I guess you're right. And it's all a matter of perspective. So when you think about it, like waking up in the morning is worth more than $10 million, and you're operating on this whole new wavelength and frequency. So just kind of, throwing it all at you as far as, what's been kind of being kicked around in my mind lately. Page of Swords in the upright, Strength card in the reverse. I flashed that earlier. Page of Swords in the upright is staying a novice. It could be read as protecting your heart, roadblocks, obstacles, conflicting, challenging energies. Strength card in reverse is internal discipline, prayer, faith, despite it being upside down. This woman's clasped hands in prayer mode. So again, a lot of that kind of weak force energy. I don't mean weak force in a pejorative. I mean that in the kind of subtle energy of mantra work, consciousness work. Page of Swords, I feel as though she or he is vying for something more, maybe anticipating, anxiously waiting. The Sun card to me always reads in this deck anyways as a quiet knowing of like, don't you worry, it's going to come more than you ever dreamed of, more than you ever wished for, which is very cool. Like I said, you don't want to be in this waiting mode. You want to be using this time and energy in this kind of happy, expressive way, and that's really, truly the heart of manifestation. The Knight of Cups could be in the sector of romance. This is typically Aquarius and Pisces energy, a love offer being delivered towards someone as well. So this could also be a part of your kind of blessing. Check out the daily snipes as well. I spoke to this kind of double blessing coming through for someone. I forget what sign it was. I think it was Libra. The Ten of Cups in the upright is, and the expression that I use is, I think in like 2019, I got approved for a new apartment and I got the new job, like all in the same beginning of December 2019. And so when those double wish fulfillment cards came out, it really spoke to kind of like when it rains, it pours. When you get blessings on blessings. That's just the kind of high tide nature of reality. And again, I think that works even more so when you're using this kind of, if you are finding yourself in this kind of null void period, using all of that space to kind of genuinely, I'm not saying lie to yourself, I'm saying try to genuinely resonate and put yourself in that frequency and mode of getting excited for all these blessings to come, for all the blessings that you have, for all that you've overcome. There's a lot to be grateful and thankful for when you kind of give it a moment and feed into that directionally with your attention. This kind of frequency of gratitude as well. That in and of itself is a huge part of abundance. The Ten of Cups is coming out here as well in the upright. More Pisces energy. We're talking about dreams, fantasies, manifestations. To me, this is a high watermark. I think that there's something coming in romantically. I wouldn't be surprised if something slides in before Venus goes full retrograde. Not something that you might want to jump into entirely. Again, she comes out of retrograde March 22, okay? The year 2022, I think around the 5th maybe. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I've heard through the grapevine. So this could just be a high watermark for enjoying somebody new, maybe in this kind of like cute puppy love way. In the very least, you know, Venus in retrograde in Capricorn is going to kind of kick the tires and test the durability of, is this something that I'm going to want to move forward with? Nine of Wands, working smarter instead of harder, putting down a workload, putting down a burden. Let's see. Also putting down resentments, putting down bitterness. Remember, all that is just taking up memory and RAM and data space on your database. So you want to free up those energies as well. Don't focus in those directions. Let's see, Six of Swords in the reverse. Again, a continuation of the focus on the internal harmony. There could have been someone that cut cords with you in the past, or that you had to cut cords with someone in the past. Leave the past the past. Queen of Cups in the reverse is turning cold to a situation. But again, I'm kind of beating the drum of this propensity for, you know, running off of your own energy, you know, running off of your own warmth, realizing that you're able to conjure that and create that. The Empress card in reverse is giving birth to something powerful here. She's pregnant, she's with child, she's the mother of the tarot, she's always with child. Represents planet Venus, we spoke a lot about. Also the sign of Taurus, financial sector, Libra, imbalances in relationships. So this is a kind of labor pains here. This is a very vulnerable time where you're giving birth to something huge. It's going to really kind of have ripple effects around you. It's a very vulnerable energy. It's similar to that of the kind of rebirth energy that you get with the Death card in reverse here. Only this is birth energy, birthing energy. Hermit card is number 9 of independence. This is new terrains, new territories, getting off the beaten path. One of our kind of, you know, natural instincts is probably to want to shrink down energetically as well. If it's new terrain, new territory, if you feel like you're vibing too high, obviously you want to ground your energy in a healthy manner. But again, don't shrink away from that which is good for you with the Page of Pentacles in the upright. This is an incoming offer, communication on divine timing here. I usually read it as like emails, text messages, could be phone calls as well. The Knights are more like in person. The rank of Knight, it's more like pressing the flesh, engaging in person. Okay, Lovers card in the upright, Twin Flame Soulmate energy. A lot of that could be on your mind. Page of Wands in the reverse is following your heart, following your intuition, following your gut, your internal GPS system, your internal compass, staying present, okay? Gearing up to go, but not necessarily having a place to go or a mission quite yet, or an objective, but still being ready, still being prepared. That's how, that's essentially how you, what do they say, when preparation meets opportunity, that's what luck is. So this is like kind of, excuse me, kind of the vibe that you want to be on. This is the wave that you want to be on. You want to make sure your tools are sharpened and be prepared at a moment's notice, so that when the opportunity strikes, you could execute it. You could execute on it. 8 of Cups in the upright. Walking away from something in the vein of an emotional structure. But again, this is with the hope of, we spoke to the 10 of Cups in the upright, a new high watermark, something new. Could be something new coming in the emotional department. Let's see. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Obviously not forcing that. You got the 9 of Wands coming out in the upright, not forcing anything that's not meant to be here. I'm not trying to work, I'm not trying to do legwork for a relationship, is what I'm getting. Not trying to force something, but rather more of this allowing. You're getting this rebirth energy in relationship. Okay, it's going to take its time. It's a vulnerable, sensitive time as well. Okay, anything else? I just feel like big things are coming overall, in general, for both love and finances. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, incoming communication, could be for that new job. Could be for that love. Don't feel like you got to balance the scales here with the Justice card in reverse. Okay, let the universe do that karmically for you. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Anything else? Yeah, you're being called and pulled to your 6 of Cups, which is soulmate path. Okay, it could be occupation and or relationship. 10 of Swords in reverse is self-sabotage. Okay. Anything more on that, Spirit? Anything more on that, Spirit? Self-sabotage. 10 of Swords in reverse. Anything more on that, Spirit? Yeah, I mean, for me, it just kind of says stay the course. I'm getting it more so relationally. Don't jump into something new, especially if something else is not complete yet. Okay? If you're in between rooms, so to speak, don't jump into something new if you know that it's going to come back around. That's for some out there. But for others, if you do have this kind of new love offer, you're definitely going to want to trust your intuition, trust the vibe. Don't kind of take how someone presents themselves as like a thorough description, obviously, of their whole personality, but definitely trust the vibe and the intuition as well. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. You're leaving off with the Ace of Cups, which is this offer of emotional solace coming in here, which is very cool. World card energy, completions of major lessons and cycles as well, which is very awesome. All right, guys, so just wanted to run through all those cards for you. As always, feel free to reach out for a one-on-one reading, like, share, follow, comment. It really makes a difference. And check out the dailies. I'm going to post them right now. So I appreciate you guys. Love and light. I'll at your boy. Peace.